Abhay Charlan Swami Shri Prabhupada Maharaj ki Jai. Swami Veda Gaur ki Jai. Today we have a Bluetooth projector. So here. Oh, very nice. Can we correct this one, sir? Sorry. Hare Krishna. I'd like to welcome all the devotees on behalf of Srinivas Prabhuji, Mataji, and entire family. Kirti ji kahan hai? We are very blessed to have today with us His Grace Suman Krishna Prabhu. He has come to bless all of us through his wonderful association. It's always very inspiring to have Prabhuji association. Thank you, Prabhuji. So, in the meantime, can we recap what we discussed last week?
So
It's very enthusiastic. Yes.
So in the last class we learned about a few laws like laws of attraction. So like everybody is attracted to Supreme Lord. That question you asked to all the children. So like you showed the picture and asked the question.
And material world, what is the law of that attraction? In material world?
Newton's law.
Attraction.
And nextly we learned about law of reciprocation. That is Bhagavad Gita 4.11. So as the devotee comes to me, I reciprocate in that way. So Krishna is telling in that verse. Then the next thing we learned that every reaction has equal and opposite reaction. So that's the Newton's third law, motion. So that is basically every action has equal and opposite reaction. Basically the karma rule.
Law of karma.
Yeah. And the law of subjugation, we saw that the Supreme Lord is Bhakta Vatsala. And
in law of karma, what was there? In spiritual realm, what was that? Law of reciprocation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That's corresponding to law of
reciprocation. Under law of subjugation, we learned Lord is Bhakta Vatsala, and then he comes under the control of his devotees.
The difference between Newton's law of attraction and the spiritual law of attraction.
Newton's law of attraction is related to the material realm, whereas the spiritual world law of attraction is that everybody is attracted to Krishna.
And the difference, I think, main difference was what?
That
something with a distance.
Yes. The more the distance, the gravitational force becomes less.
Yes.
But here, when that is
the more distance, the separation, the attraction increases.
Yes.
That was the main difference. And law of reciprocation, what was the main point there actually? Although Jiva are attracted towards the Krishna, but Krishna is more attracted than the Jivas, towards the Jivas. Right? That's what we learn. Here you have an equal and opposite. All the masses have an equal attraction. But here, Lord Krishna, he has got more attraction. He's more concerned, he's more inclined or more eager to take us to his kingdom than what we are eager to go to back to fire. The example is given like Lord Ramchandra. The Sita Maya was kidnapped.
Yes.
Govindaraj Goswami from the Sri Sampradaya, he gives the analogy. Sita Mata is like a Jivatma. The Jivatma, the first desire of Jivatma, which is other than Lord Sri Ramchandra, was what? That golden deer. It is mentioned by the Acharyas. First time she had a desire other than Lord Ramchandra. She had an independent desire. I want this golden deer. Similarly, when Jiva has an independent desire, the same moment, like Ravana kidnapped, because of that, Similarly, Ravana, like the 10 senses, the mind kidnapped the Jiva in this material world. This material is like a Lanka. So now we are here. But more than we are eager to our anxiety, Lord Ramchandra, or Lord Master, he's more anxious to bring or to rescue us back. And that's why he's sending the messenger, Hanumanji. Hanumanji and the entire force is there just to rescue Mother Sita. Govindaraj says in Sri Sampradaya, similarly, Lord is so much is in anxiety actually to rescue the Jiva. That's why time to time he sends the Acharyas, the Shastra, Sadhu, Shastra, Kripa, Jiva Krishna Unmukha, so that he can rescue. So his attraction to Jiva is much more than what we are attracted to Lord. Is much more attractive, always. So that was the point, right? Then next point.
Law of unification.
What is
So
that?
unification of the desires of the Supreme Lord and the devotee. Like the Supreme Lord says, abandon all varieties of religion and surrender and Sarva Dharman Parityaja. And Srila Prabhupada is also saying that abandon everything and surrender unto Krishna. So that is both the desires.
So what is unification? How we are unified? How we are unified? Because see, the Brahmavadis, they say we become like Lord, right? We merge in Lord. That's kind of unification. But a devotee understanding is different, right? What we discussed that day unification is what was that?
Of desires.
Very nice. So our desire becomes one. Our purpose becomes one with the Lord. The Lord purpose, Acharya's purpose, our purpose are aligned or become one. The same purpose. That's a unification. Very good. Next point.
In this concern, Srila Prabhupada gives this analogy that we, according to the unification, as the ocean water, if we take one mug of water and the water of the ocean, having the same qualities, same unification, but the quantity-wise we are different.
The one mug of water will do nothing.
Yeah.
But ocean water can bring tsunami. Right? Tsunami will not come with the one mug of water.
You mentioned this Aham Bhakto Paradino, 9.4.63.
Very nice.
That
Was the time that Krishna becomes subjugated to his devotee. Although we all are subservient to Krishna, but Krishna, he takes pleasure in becoming or undercoming control of his devotees. That is his nature. Bhakta Vatsal. Aham Bhakta Paradino. He becomes captured. He becomes captured by the love of God. Love of devotees. Good, very good. So that's what we.
Nine sixpences, so you mentioned that. After the last.
Yes. Right. So that was the point, which proves that, as Prabhu mentioned, that Bhakti Yoga is not a sentiments.
it's a science.
It's a science. Prabhupada always says it's a science. Science of self-realization. Science of self-realization. Atma Sachatarata Vigyan. And that is why Prabhupada was very famous. He became very famous because of this one book. See, Gita was there, Bhagavatam was there, but this book brought a complete revolution. The science of self-realization. What is the science? When Prabhupada went to MIT, so in MIT, all the professors, they came and Prabhupada had a tour of all the departments. Then with all they gathered, Prabhupada asked, they came and they said, we have this department, we are one of the best institutes in the world. MIT. Yes. Prabhupada says, do you have a department which teaches about the soul, science of soul? They started looking at each other. What is this department? Prabhupada said, we have that department. Only the Krishna conscious movement have this department, which teaches the science of soul. And this is what we should learn actually. Being a soul, that's the most important science. This is how Prabhupada used to defeat the scientists. He used this word very stamp, science, the science. It's not merely sentiments. It's not a blind faith. Okay, so today, before we begin, let's pray our obeisances. Om Agyan Timrandhasya Jnanam Janashalataya Chakshustam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatade Sakarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Srivasa Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So once again, I'd like to welcome all the devotees. Very grateful to Srivas Prabhuji and the family for this wonderful opportunity. In the month of Ramadan, we can sit together and discuss this because this month is very holy month. All over they are reciting Quran, discussing about the Lordship, praying about, praying to Lordship so many times, fasting for them. So it's a very holy month. And by the mercy of Sri Prabhupada, for us, each and every day is a holy day. The spiritual word is a nitya seva. It's not 1 day seva, 2 day seva, or weekly seva. It's a nitya seva. Everybody is engaged in eternal service of the Lordship. Because Jiva is eternal, Lord is eternal. And that's why relationship is also eternal. And seva also is eternal. So, by the mercy of Sri Prabhupada, we have got this wonderful opportunity that whenever we assemble like this with devotees, Parasparanukathanam, Pavanam Bhagavatyesha, whenever we meet together, we should always discuss the Krishna. Mitha Tushti Mitha Rati. This should be our only discussion because this is the only thing which can satisfy the soul, which can purify the soul and satisfy the soul. And Nivritir Mitha Atmana, and also by discussing this wonderful pastime of the Lordship, the Nam Good Group Leela, Nivritti Mitha Atmana, all the lusty desire, all the nathas will be removed from the heart. So last week we discussed that how devotional service is a science. And now today we are going to discuss something from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. That what are the lessons which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself came as a devotee, not as a lord. Apana Achari Bhaktin Sikhaun Savare. So one of the reasons of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come in the form of devotee to teach all of us out of compassion that how to perform this devotional service. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came as to teach all of us. And we can derive various lessons from Chaitanya Charitamrita, especially his dealing with his devotees, his associates. Throughout the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he interacted with several devotees. And whenever he's interacting with such devotees, every time we can see that wonderful lesson for all the sadhakas like us. Because that's the purpose he appeared actually. Apani Achari Bhaktin Sikhaun Sabar. He wanted to teach how to perform those things. When we understood it's a science, so this science how to be exercising, how to exercise it, how to experiment it, so that we can also get the same kind of result as you mentioned. It's repeatable. Science is repeatable, right? So we can also get the same kind of result the way devotees in the past they had derived it. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu especially he came to give this wonderful emotions in the heart of jivas for the lordship, the attraction. The same kind of emotions, the same attractions, the way Brajvasi they had for the Lord Krishna. Same process. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he came to give this kind of eruptions in the heart which they had experienced, Brajvasis. Same kind of emotions, eruptions in the heart even we can also feel. If it is science, it should be repeatable. Same emotions which they had, when we can feel it. That's what the entire teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the Rupa Goswami path, the net of devotion. The same, the vibhava, anubhava, sthai bhava, vyavachari bhava, satviki bhava. It's all the bhavas, all the emotions. How the devotee gradually they can experience it. That's what he taught. When we say science, then it's a science means we have to study thoroughly. Because basically in India, most of us, what we think, that we discussed last time, just emotion, sentiments. Bhakti yogi means sentimental people. दाढ़ी बढ़ाओ, बाल बढ़ाओ, कुछ कपड़े पहनो और भक्त बन जाओ. But the way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then followers of Mahaprabhu represented, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught to Goswami Path, Prayag for 10 days. And based on that, what he described in this wonderful literature, Act of Devotion, Vidhartha Madhav, Ujjwal Leela, then you can see this is what kind of science is this? How intricate the science is. Rupa Goswami Pad, the first Acharya who dared to analyze that inner emotions of devotees for the Lordship, which nobody did before. But how devotee feels in this, because normally you see, otherwise we have a mundane emotions in this material, right? All of you experienced. That's why whenever the pastime of Lord Shri Krishna with the gopis comes in picture, or it has been heard, most of us people, conditioned soul, because they have the mundane emotions, they can only reach to that level. Oh, this is mundane. It's like a boy and girl. But when the same point when we try to understand from the eyes of acharyas, their commentary, then we realize what intricate science it is. To have such emotions, to experience such emotions is a perfection of life. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he had come especially to teach all of us where Krishna had left. Lord Krishna says, Ye tha mam prapadante tam se bhajam. 4th chapter, verse number
11.
That whatever the way you come to me, I wait according. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he could realize that even they don't know how to reciprocate, how to approach Krishna. I have to come, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and spoon feed them. Even how to worship Krishna, how to develop that love for Krishna, what kind of emotions, the activities, the mood. Now Krishna himself has come to teach all of us. That's why this literature for Gaudiya Vaishnava is very, very important. Very, very important. And we should make a point in our life also that at least someday we should read this literature. Then only we will be called as a Gaudiya Vaishnava. Up to Bhagavatam, we are Vaishnava. But only and only when we take shelter of Chaitanya, then we can be called as a Gaudiya Vaishnava. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the very brief points I have given here, 6 points. Krishna's love is the highest form of love. That's the first thing he established. And it's very important to understand the tattva, the Ishwar tattva. The first tattva, that where should I repose my love? Who is that object? Object of my love. Prabhupada says that. Prabhupada says there's a book called Missing Link. Prabhupada says there, everyone is hankering for love and everyone wants to love someone. This is the nature of Jiva. We want to be loved and we want to love someone. Prabhupada says the missing point is what? We do not know where to repose our love. Prabhupada writes that everyone, right from a small child, you see, they start loving his parents, then siblings, then the community, friends, nations. But this propensity of love does not get satisfied until and unless it is reposed to the proper source, which is the root, which is Krishna. So he teaches Krishna's love is the highest form of love. Srila Prabhupada explains that mother's love is one of the purest form of love in this material world. Prabhupada says that this is what we can try to understand, a glimpse of pure love, the selfless love. Nowadays, this word is very, very, very difficult to understand. Selfless service. His Holiness Saraswami Maharaj mentioned one time to one of his disciples. He gave this only one instruction to him. His Maharaj gave me one instruction. He said, just perform selfless service. So it may sound very simple, right? So what he said, when I came back and I started pondering on this, that what Maharaj said, selfless service. Service most of us perform. We all perform our service. But having a selfless service, they start realizing that this is a very big thing. Because somehow or other we have something, it may be spiritual, it may be in mode of goodness, but some selfish motive is there in each and every service which we perform. Maharaj says, try to perform selfless service. Beautiful point. It can be life statement, mission statement. Lifetime we can just ponder on it. Lord Chaitanya is the hidden incarnation of Lord Krishna for the age of Kali. That's right.
It's
Channavatar. Very
Very
nice.
7.8.
So Prahlad Maharaj, he mentioned about this Channavatar, which is covered incarnation. And he appeared almost 500 plus years ago. He comes as a bhakta, as I mentioned, and thus teaches by his own example. Yadir Achar Srestha Tatat Hevitarujana. So Krishna himself coming as a devotee, we can understand, oh, this is how the devotional service should be performed. He comes with the loving mood of our eternal mother, Srimati Radharani. That's what he came to teach us. Radha Pranaya Vikritir, Paladni Shakti Rasma. He came to teach us this mood of the motherly affection, and through her, the Asya Tattva, we can get our Vishya Tattva. This is the intricate science, Asya and Vishya. So the first lesson we'll learn, as I mentioned, selfless service. This is very, very important. Now, see, all of us, we are trying to understand through the SHIKSHA classes the foundational pillars of devotional service. And also we can see that our foundation is based on the scriptural injunctions. And also we can understand at the same time that what is this devotional service is? What is the expectation from the jivas? If someone wants to perform the devotional service, what are the expectations? This should be very, very clear. And that will really ground us complete firmly in this process. Nishthavan, Ekanishta, Vyavasatmika Buddhi. So devotions, DS, wherever I have put DS means devotional service, is without any personal motive or desire. Ahituka, apratita. Apratita, ahituki. Ahituki means without any hitu. If someone asks that why you are performing devotional service, what should be our answer? So if I ask you why?
Love of God.
For service.
Very nice. Love of God. Very nice.
For service.
Why service?
Because like that's our like we have our nature is to serve.
Very nice.
We have to dovetail that service wherever we want. Like we have to serve Krishna, or else we have to serve Maya. So we have
Very good. So we have to serve whom?
Krishna.
Because we are servant of Jivera Swarupaya Krishnera Nitradas. We are not Maya Nitradas. So our Swarupa is Krishna Nitradas. So by default, we have to serve naturally. If someone is not serving, last time we discussed, then that person is abnormal. So selfless service. Now this point, as I mentioned earlier, is very, very, we have to really ponder upon. It means before doing any service, take it practically. all of us, any service, even while doing aarti also, while sitting on Vyasasana, while cooking bhogas, while singing aartis, while chanting even, for that matter, any service, but these all are called service. If anytime you call devotee, Prabhuji, seva no, I'm in service, Prabhuji. I'm in service, I'm in service. But we have to see what service and what is the intention. Why? Because Janardhan is Bhavagrahi. Krishna is not after our services. Lakshmi Sahastra Sat Sambram Sevyamana Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajan. Just imagine, compared to this conditioned soul who are completely covered with anarthas, Krishna has a choice to be served by Lakshmis. So pure, his internal energies. Definitely Krishna will choose Lakshmis. Quality, quantity, whatever you say. Right? We are nowhere. But still Krishna is so merciful. He is ready to accept what? Our love and devotion. Not the articles. Not the even the service. But the mood of service. Whether that mood is having this ingredient, selflessness, that is what attracts Krishna. Sri Krishna Akarshanicha. The devotional service which attracts Krishna should be selfless. So let's look and try to introspect. If any service we get from now, we'll see that whether my mood is for Krishna. Some other I got this wonderful service, so glorious by the mercy of devotees. But now it's my part to see that my consciousness, my mood, my attitude is proper. I was sharing a few days ago that when His Holiness Sadhu Sangaraj was about to come to Vada Eco Village, so Praneshwar Prabhu, he wrote a message to Braj, Brahmachari in the Eco Village. I forgot his name. Braj is something. So, No, Braj is in Chopati, Eco Village. So he sent a message saying, since Maharaj coming after Corona period, after 3 years in Eco Village, so we will serve Maharaj with full enthusiasm. Like that, he sent a message to all devotees in the group. Then Braj Prabhu, he sent a message back. Yes, Prabhu, we should serve Maharaj with full enthusiasm, but with right attitude and right concept. It's very, very important.
Yes.
Braj Mohan, yes. So that's a very important aspect. Evaluation, Prabhu. We have to concentrate on this. Because we have to understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to teach. Personally, Lord is coming as a devotee to teach all of us this lesson. And we have to take this very seriously. So not any personal motive. When we get any service, we should consider our privilege. That somehow or other, by the mercy, inconsiderable plan of Krishna, I have been chosen for this. Anybody can do this service better than me. But for my own purification, to engage me, to inspire me, to purify me, I have been doing this service. With that mood of gratitude, we have to perform this. Prabhupada always did that. Prabhupada was always grateful. Even after so much propagation of this Krishna consciousness all over the world, so much name and fame. And whenever Prabhupada used to ask by the reporter, Prabhupada didn't wonder. Always he will look at down. He will say, I just try to follow the street of my spiritual master. This is all their desire. God fulfilled through me. That's all. He was always taking a very humble position without any selfish motive. He just served. We can see that this movement, how it is flourished all over the world, is gone because of such few devotees' sacrifices, the selfless service. That mood we can see the entire ISKCON is being operated all over the world. That's very important. And whenever we have such devotee, first of all, we should try ourselves And for that purpose, we should try to associate with such devotees who are serving selflessly, just behind the scene. They might not be in the limelight, their name may not appear. Maybe devotee may not be knowing them also, their name, but Krishna definitely noticed. So selfless service. Here one example is given, Chaitanya Leela. This Leela is very simple. I have put it Leela also. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and who is he?
Govinda.
Govinda. You know who is Govinda?
He's God brother of.
Very nice. He's a god brother, but he's serving. He's a god brother, but serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He took such a nice position. Because his spiritual master Ishwar Puri told him, before leaving this world, that you serve Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So he came to serve him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, you are my god brother. How can I take service from you? We are equal. I cannot take service from you. He said, please allow me to fulfill the instruction of my spiritual master, who is your spiritual master also. He gave me the order to serve you. So I'm not serving, it's out of my own whimsical thought. It's not my own desire. Although I love it, but as you said, since it's instructions, I have to please allow me to do that. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in order to respect his spiritual master instructions, he said, okay, fine. So he was serving. So one day he came to massage him because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wasn't completely immersed in the Krishna Bhava, in being the mood of Radharani. So sometimes he used to go and just jump in the sea. After a long time, he will come back. So that's why his body was completely tired actually. He will sleep for a long time. So Govinda used to come to massage. So one day while coming, he noticed that he's sleeping on the doorway. So if some person is sleeping, you cannot bypass him, right? You can cross him. It's not auspicious, especially when elderly person. The respectable person are there, you can never cross. So Govinda, he thought for a moment, then he crossed him. He crossed him, he came inside, he massaged his leg, his foot, and then, you see, he did not leave, he did not go back. He just sat down there for the entire day. Late night when he woke up, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, what happened? Today he not, because every day he used to go back after the service. He said, when did you come? He said, I came in the morning when you were sleeping. I said, for a long time, why did you go? He said, oh my Lord, how can I cross you? He said, how did you come in? He said, I crossed you. He said, then why did you go back the same way? He is answering here. The fourth point. When asked why he did not leave, he explained, for my own sense gratification, I am not ready to cross over you, my Lord. But for your service, I am ready to do anything. It was your service requirement, I came in. I'll be sinful, I'll incur some sin, okay, no problem. But for my own gratification, I have to go home, I'll take rest. No, I cannot do that. Selfless service. It requires a lot of meditation, a lot of contemplation. This word is very heavy word actually. It's a very loaded word. Whenever we get service, we should try to contemplate, just sit for a moment and see our consciousness. And learn from what he was mentioning there. And it's very important. If that is not there, believe me, although we'll get some benefit, but the entire endeavor will be ruined. Entire endeavor. Our energy, our time, entire effort will be ruined. Duryodhana, he had made a very big, elaborate plan to serve Krishna. But that was not selfless. He had some hidden agenda was there. Krishna did not even touch anything, not even a single item. Entire arrangement was spoiled. So selfless service. We have several examples in Charitamrita. Sridhar Goswami, Sridhar Golavech. So it is one of the devotee in this Chaitanya Leela. Was very poor materially, completely impoverished. So impoverished, he He was not having, sometimes his complete clothes were, with the same, so many holes were there. घर में भी छेद था. Even the glass and the lota, which used to drink the water, even that had. But when he was called by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Mahaprakash Leela, he said, please ask something. I want to give you something. He said, I can give you the entire, this Prithvi, entire Loka to rule, or a Siddhi, or any place in heavenly planet, Devata Loka, go and enjoy. Whatever you want. Then Sri Rukulabhe said, oh my Lord, do not propose me such proposals like a business proposal. I'm not serving you for any such kind of business proposal. I'm serving you without any selfish motive. I want you to be my master life after life. That's the only Vetan I want. Ekantalabham. Ekantalabham. We just read the words. Third canto, 6th chapter, verse number 37. Ekantalabham. The only labh a devotee wants, the only benefit, the only wages we want is what? To hear the word of God. That's all.
Verse number 37?
Yes. Ekantalabham, Parampum.
Yes.
The word start from Ekantalabham.
Ekantalabham.
Yes. Yes. Can you read the translation?
The highest professional gain of humanity is to engage in discussions of the activities and glories of the pious actor.
So this is what he is saying. Ekantalabham. This is the only labh devotee wants. The only wages, only vetan we want is what? To be engaged in the wonderful glories of the Lordship. इसके अलावा हमारा और कोई मोटिव नहीं होना चाहिए. No other motive. And more we engage ourselves in selfless service, more opportunity we get to hear, to absorb, or to believe in the instruction of the Lordship. Shuddhanasya Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. Then more Ruchi will come by service. Prahlad Maharaj, when he was asked by Prahlad Maharaj, when he was in front of him, Lord Nrsimhadev came and he said, please ask something. Okay, same question. I want to give some benediction. Lord becomes very pleased at when such people. And here you want to give something. That please ask something. What he said? 7:10:7. Yadadasasi mekamam varam stavavar darshava hridayam samroham bhavatastu vile varoham. Very wonderful verse. He said, oh my Lord, yadadasasi mekama. If you really want to give me something, you are forcing me, you are saying so many times, you want to give me something. So what do you give me? Hridaya asamroham. Kama nam hridaya asamroham. That any kind of such desire to ask you something from you, if it is still there in my heart somewhere, you just approve that. Can you read the translation?
O my Lord, best of the givers of benediction, if you at all want to bestow a desirable benediction upon me, then I pray from your Lordship that within the core of my heart there be no material desires.
Wonderful prayer. It's high from, no? There's a height of prayers. But we can see up to what extent they can go actually. You say, okay, you want to give something? Give me this. If there are any desire left, please remove it. I do not want any desire. This is the way, see, they are praying, they are serving the Lordship. Complete selflessness. Narad Muni also says in his Narad Muni Sutra, Yat prapyam na kinchit vancha. In order to practice this, once you get this love of Godhead, na kinchit vanchati. We do not want anything else. Just Krishna's love. Nothing else. Actually, once we get Krishna's love, the love of Godhead for Jiva, there's nothing to, nothing remain to get from this world. Yet prapyam na kinchit vanchati. No other desire. It's a beautiful situation. So we can see actually, whenever we hear about devotees in Bhagavatam, Charitamrita, we can see their character, the behavior they behaved actually. Complete selflessly. And devotee who behaved in such a way, only they could attract the mercy of the Lordship. Like Shabri, completely selfless. She has complete faith on the instruction of the Matanga Rishi. She was there for, patiently she was waiting for so many years. Selflessly, she was going to and serving, just going ahead. Having full faith on the instruction of the spiritual master that one day Prabhu will come. One day he will come. And after coming, no desire. No desire to ask something from Lord Ra. Nothing. Just he wanted to serve. That's all. Vritasu says, Nanaka Prishtham, Nachaparameshtham, Nasarabhamyam, Nasadhipatyam, Na Yoga Siddhim, Apanurbhavam, Va, Samanjasyatva Virahe Yakamchi. Oh my Lord, I do not want anything. No Naka Prishtham, not even a position of Indra, Dhruvaloka, no. Parameshtham, Brahmaji, nahi chahiye. Sarabhamyam, Puri Prithvi ka Raja, no. Yoga Siddhim Apunarbhavam va. Yoga Siddhi mein tab asiddhi nahi chahiye. Apunarbhavam va. Moksha, wo bhi nahi chahiye. I just want to serve you. Samanjasata virahe kamche. Virah, aapse dur ho karke. Any of these things, I don't. I just want you. Just want. This is devotional science. This is science. Devotional service. This is a refined, highest refined nature of the soul. Highest refined nature of the soul. I just want to please your Lord. That's nothing else. Swasukh kamna shunyam. Anyabhyasita shunyam. All other desires becomes zero. Selfless, for self, zero desire. It's quite demanding here. Huh? Quite demanding. It's very natural for the very natural. The more we start following this process, and we can look at the devotees. That's why examples given here. See, there are examples now in front of us. In Jagannathamitam, Bhagavatam, Dhruva Maharaj, Prakash Maharaj, Vittasur, Pachitas, the Vrindavan Vasis, Pandavas. You see, Pandavas, there are so many difficulties. So many difficulties. What not? But they never prayed to Krishna or they never asked Krishna. Krishna was with them. Selflessly, they were just serving. Selflessly. Not for any gain. So this is the first quality we have to learn in devotional service. That our services should be selfless. We should try to see before performing any service. Try to see. Sometimes even after performance, also we can see that whether my motive was not correct. I had some kind of motive anywhere, and we can correct ourselves. Our life is, it's a journey. We are learning. The last breath we have to learn. We have to be fine. Second is very important. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us to his associates the steadiness. We heard from Ajitan Prabhuji, the unsteady devotional service, right? So we have to have a steady devotional service. Kirtaniya Sada Hari. Sada means always. Always we have to identify as a servant of God. Prabhupada says, I was tested for my consistency at the beginning. And all of us will be. All of us will be tested for what? Consistency. Whether we are steady or not. Sometimes we can say, you have so much enthusiasm, and someday all the tire is punctured. Because that enthusiasm is what? Is always Karamdhan Swami Maharaj he mentioned. Our devotional service is on the 4-wheel. And 4-wheel tire is what? Our enthusiasm. And he said wrong motivation, wrong desire are like a leak in the tire. All our enthusiasm will drain out. If we have a wrong expectation, wrong desire. So steadiness, very, very important point. ये भगवान की सेवा में उत्साहित रहना, it's not our choice, it's a service. When Prabhupada says chant and be happy, so being happy is not our choice. It is service. It's not optional. It's a service. Like chanting is service, when being happy also service. So we have to be happy. Because Krishna does not want to take service from a morose person. And all of us. अगर आपके पास कोई काम कर रहा है, सबको किसी का चेहरा गिरा हुआ है, बहुत ऐसे हमेशा उदास रहता है, and always, in anxiety, you don't want such person. Right? It's very natural. You want a person who is blissful, who is, always smiling face, nice, like Prabhuj. And Raj Prabhuj has got such a intoxicating smile, actually. Right, Prabhu? So chant and be happy. Similarly, you have to be happy in front of Lordship. You have to be happy in all the services. You have to perform service with a joy. And if you have a right desire, right consciousness, it should come. It should be there. This is Jiva Swabha Ananda. Anandamaya Bhyasar. And Krishna always wants to see the children in a happy mood. And for that, we need a steadiness. Steadiness. So, in our life also, we might have several problems, as we know that we are part of this material world. We are padam vipadam. Every step we can face so many challenges, so many difficulties. It may be financial problem, the mental problem, health problem, family problem. There's so many issues, maybe. Or at job front, professional front. So there might be disturbance, definitely, because this word is very uncertain, very, very uncertain. But we have to see that even though our externals are changing or very disturbing, but our inner consciousness, our inner peace is maintained. Our steadiness, our soul to super soul connection should not be disturbed at any cost. It's a very, very responsible thought actually we should have. And we can see devotees' life. Devotees, Charitamritam, Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, the devotee of Lord Shri Krishna, the associates of Mahaprabhu, they all are teaching by their own example. They have gone through so much. I give the example of Pandavas. The 1915, the verse by Bhishma Pitama is speaking to Maharaj Yudhishthira Pandavas. Yatra dharma suto raja, gada pani prakodara, Vishnu astri gandiva chapam, suhita krishnas tato vipat. Bhishma Dev is saying, oh Pandavas, look at yourself. Look at yourself. Yatra dharma sudo raja. Maharaj Vishnu is there, who is dharma, pran. Gada Panir. Who is Gada Panir? Bhima, just such a powerful warrior. Krishna Astri. Here Krishna means Arjuna. Krishna means who belongs to Krishna. Krishna Astri means Astra. Gandivam Chapam. Gandivadhari. Arjuna is there. Bhim is there. Duryodhan Dharmaparayana is there. And on top of it, Suhita Krishna. Krishna is always there with them. So well-wisher, but always with them. Tato Vipat. Still they had so many difficulties. Vipat, Vipatti. Can you read the translation? 1915. Still you all had so many difficulties, but you were so steady. Yeah.
Oh, how wonderful is the influence of inevitable time. It is irreversible, otherwise, how can there be reverses in the presence of King Yudhishthira, the son of the demigod controlling religion, Bhima, the great fighter with the club, the great bowman Arjuna with his mighty weapon Gandiva, and above all, the Lord, the direct well-wisher of the world.
Still they had Tato Vipat. So what to speak of us? We are not so powerful, not so much Dharparayana, not Krishna is always there with us. Definitely structure is there, we don't take shelter. But even they had always problems in their life. So much problem, so many problems. But there, in those problems, their service to Krishna was never disturbed. Always steady. Same enthusiasm to serve Krishna, to receive Krishna. Same love. Even though the family members in front of Krishna, they were killed. But they never had even tinge of minimum respect or the faith on Krishna. Complete steadiness. Nishthavan. Kunti Maya, that's why she's praying. Oh my Lord, so many calamities came. Even again, she says, let calamities come upon me again and again. Hardas Thakur, when he was asked by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, at the very, very advanced stage, actually, when he was very, very weak, he was not able to even lift his body. He was lying on the bed and chanting. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, how are you? How's your health? What he said? He said, the real problem is not my body, but my mind. Who's saying? Hardas Thakur, who's chanting every day 300,000, 300 lakhs. 3 lakhs, 300,000 names. Always fixed, it's still saying my mind is not. My mind is proper.
That's 192 rounds.
But he was so steady in chanting. That's why, even though he's born Muslim family, but his Namacharya is Namacharya. Very steady. So Prabhupada says at the beginning, our steadiness will be checked. Our consistency. How consistent we are in our sadhana. And we have to engage at least in some seva which is eternal. Take some seva which is eternal. For example, do one aarti every day. Mataji, Prabhuji, decide. I'll do morning aarti, you do evening aarti. But do every day. Make it eternal seva. Any seva. Chanting we are doing it anyhow, right? But any other seva also, take it and make it every day without fail. And then you can see the bliss. The steadiness will come in life. That this seva is my eternal seva. Because in this world, we are habituated for the flickering things, doing something for some time and then something else like that. But in spiritual life, steadiness is required. In Mayapur Dham, the two brothers, wonderful brothers, Janivas Prabhu and Pangajagali Prabhu, who left the world, they were asked, just imagine, last 35, 40 years, they have been serving just deities. Just one seva. Pujari seva. Last 40 years. And they were asked, you don't get some kind of the boredom? So they say, every day when we come here, we are reminded of our instruction, of our Guru. And we get so much enthusiasm. At least he has given us this seva. Every day they are the head pujari of entire ISKCON. 40 years, same seva.
They are the one who train mostly all the
all the pujaris. All the head pujaris are trained under them. Steadiness. तो वैसे हमको भी हमारे साधना में steadiness चाहिए. टाइम का अगर सेट हो जाए वही बहुत अच्छा है कि इस टाइम पे मैं जब करूंगा. इस टाइम पे we should be fixed. Steadiness, Nisthavan. Spiritual life is a mode of goodness beyond that, where everything is properly done. This time, this, the Prabhupada, you see, very focused. The Bhattu Thakur Maharaj's schedule is very fixed. This time, Prabhupada, very fixed schedule. Wherever he is, whichever country, traveling, preaching, in the night he has to translate. Fixed time. So similarly, we should come to this platform. Our devotional service should be steady. It's not कि हम इंडिया छुट्टी में जा रहे हैं तो हमारी वहां पे सेवा डिस्टर्ब हो जाए, नहीं, वहां भी उसी टाइम पे हमारा काम होना चाहिए। मंगराठी के टाइम पे मंगराठी डिटीज नहीं वहां पे, कहीं और पे है, दैट इज टू सिंग, मंगराठी, यू जस्ट sing and you just think that you are in your altar, you are doing God. नित्य सेवा है हमारी। भगवान की सब सेवाएं कैसी हैं? नित्य सेवाएं, इटर्नल सेवा, and we have to practice it. And then only we can be engaged in eternal seva. Right? Without any day off. No off. So we can see so many devotees, in the Brajvasis, in the Vrindavan, so many attacks for almost every day demons used to attack in Vrindavan. But their love for Krishna is completely fixed. Shri Prabhupada, he got heart attack while going on to Jalduta. So many challenges in India itself. But he was so fixed, steady in devotional service, steady in following instructions of the Master. Very steady. And third is what we learn from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's sensitivity. This is one of the terms which really I personally like it very much. I'm very much inspired by this wonderful quality. Sensitivity. One time a devotee came to one devotee, a newly married couple, to his grace Dwarkadhish Prabhu, Chapati Temple. They came for counseling, that we just got married, give some instruction. How we can lead a wonderful life. No? Nice. You heard that? So he said one word, sensitivity. That's all. Right? Because this is a very wonderful word actually, if you contemplate on this. Sensitivity. That if I do this, what other person will think about? Especially what Krishna will think about. This is the highest level of Krishna consciousness. Bhattu Thakur Maharaj says in Bhajan Rahasya, when you think about Krishna all the time, it's called Krishna consciousness, right? All the time you think about Krishna. But higher than this, you think that what Krishna is thinking about me. Understood? But if I do this, what he'll think about me? This is the highest level of Krishna consciousness. Highest level. Nirvikar Haridas, Gambhira Asha. Haridas Thakur, when that prostitute came in the night, that time it's mentioned by Sri Krishna Das Swami that he was thinking, Gambhira Asha, that what Mahaprabhu will think about me. He has so much trust on me. I'm Namacharya Haridas Thakur, so much trust on me. If I do something like this, what will he think about? Nirvikar, he was Nirvikar. Because Gambhir Asha. His Asha was very Gambhir, that what he will think about me. What my master will think about me. Even though he's not there around. And that is the sensitive height of sensitivity. When we always feel, while performing any activity, that what my Guru Maharaj will think about us. Even though he's not around. Because sometimes when he's around, you are very focused. You are very, very, careful. But if he's not there, but you are thinking like that. Sensitivity. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did not go to Vrindavan because of this one quality. Because his mother told him that you please be nearby somewhere, Jagannath Puri. I can get your news at least. So don't go to Vrindavan. Although he had that Radhani Bhava, he was mad to go to Vrindavan. But just being a sensitive heart, he said, okay, fine. If that pleases you, I will not come. And 1 year after taking sannyas, 1 year he could not go to Vrindavan because he was just asking the devotees, please give the permission. They said no, because they wanted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be with them actually. And he was so sensitive, he followed the instruction. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Very sensitive. This will improve our relationship with the devotees because we understand sensitivity, right? How will feel if I do like this? How she will feel? How he will feel? The Shri Maharaj, when the this Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, first canto, 15th chapter, when they left actually, so next day Maharaj Shri was very much morose. What happened? Whether there was some mistake from my side to serve them, why they left the kingdom? He was so sensitive. Shri Prabhupada was very sensitive. When he went to Western country, he did so many adjustments in the niyam. He was not niyamagraha. He was the first sannyasi to give Brahman Diksha to the Mataji. When he came back to Vrindavan, he was asked by the Mahanta, or Mahanta says, or Acharya, what is this? You are just demeaning our culture. Prabhupada said, no, I did not do anything like this. And they all were sitting there, their disciples, Mataji also, American. They said, you have given Mataji's Brahman Diksha. Where is mentioned in our scripture? Prabhupada said, I have not given Mataji's. Prabhupada said like this. Prabhupada used to fight like this. So he said, Swamiji, you have given. See, they all are sitting here. You have given them. They are sitting here. See, all of them are here. Prabhupada saying, have you been to America? They said, no. But in America, it's equal rights. There is no Mataji, Prabhuji. All are same. This was Prabhuji's Prabhupada argument. Prabhupada was so clear, nobody can defeat him. So he made adjustment. He made adjustment. Because that was a need of our. It's a sensitivity. The boyfriend, girlfriend, they came together, they started staying in the temple. Prabhupada saw one day, 2 days, he said, it's very nice, you want to stay together, get married. And sannyasi, he never performs a marriage ceremony. Prabhupada is the first sannyasi who performed so many marriage ceremonies of the disciples. He taught Mataji how to wear the sari. You are my girl, my daughter, and he himself ordered and had a very nice silk sari of Janaki Mataji. He said, you wear the sari. And then he invited the Mataji's parents and his parents. They got married. And Prabhupada himself, he performed the marriage ceremony.
First marriage.
See, this is not, sannyasi is not allowed. But Prabhupada made adjustment because he was very sensitive. It was a need of the hour actually there. What was the intention? To propagate this mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when the Mataji father came, he was a little angry that her daughter is getting married with some guy who's not having hair and this thing. Finally, he was okay. So, but Prabhupada invited him, and Prabhupada had a very nice feast, and Prabhupada fed him. He sat down. So he said, now how you're feeling? Your daughter is getting married nicely. You see, so many people came. So he was very happy, finally. But he said, still I'm not happy with you. This is recorded. Huh? He said, why, what happened? He said, you changed the name of my daughter, Janaki. What is this? This is some other name. Then he called Mataji. He asked, what about it? You liked it or not? I said, such a nice name. He said, you see, she's liking it. What is your problem? Later on, he went very happily. He was very happy that my daughter is very nice. So many devotees had come for the marriage. Prabhupada was there. This is Srila Prabhupada. He did so many adjustments in Western countries because he was very sensitive. This is a symptom of sensitive. Very sensitive. Similar devotee has to be very, very sensitive. You have to understand the other devotees, their mood, their level, and this. Otherwise,
sensitivity towards everyone, not only selected people.
No, through everyone. Everyone.
Not selected.
Even, for example, the killing of the animals. People are not sensitive. Dudes are very sensitive. That one of the reasons to have this regulations of not eating meat is what? They're very sensitive. Also living and eating. Just for our tongue satisfaction, we should not kill living meat. So it's a symptom of sensitivity. Being very sensitive actually to living and eating. So yes, if this quality, one quality we can develop, and this goes to very high actually. If you go higher, this is the reason being non-sensitive actually is the reason of impersonalism. Because they are not sensitive, that Lord can have a form. How he will feel. The person from where a form is coming and he's formless. It's very insensitive. So that's a height. That's a height actually. So impersonalism, root is this actually. Tasmad, what is that? Anadita yusmad angre. Anadit means they disrespect the lotus feet of Krishna. That's why patanti ado, they fall down from their place wherever they are. Aruha krichena param padam patanti ado anadita yusmad angre. 10-32. Srimad Bhagavatam. So Devatas are saying like this. Even impersonate the people, Nirakarvadi, they fall down from the positions wherever they are because they are disrespecting another. Yushmad Angre, वो भगवान के चरण कमलों का अनादर करते हैं इसलिए. So we should be very sensitive. This is very sometimes ऐसा होता है ना बोलते हैं नहीं मैं तो बिल्कुल ठीक करता हूँ सब कुछ. I'm all right. What I did is right. Still, you know, he's doing like this. It's not good. One time like this, 2 cases came in front of His Holiness Sarana Swami Maharaj. So 2 disciples they came and there was something. Some other places. 2 disciples from 2 different spiritual masters. Something happened between them. Some little conflict. So Maharaj disciple was saying Maharaj, and other also say Maharaj, but he was right. What he did is right actually. As per the revelations, laws, everything is right. Then Maharaj said, devotee means to go beyond being right. To go beyond
being right.
Being right. Just don't be satisfied just being right. Go beyond being right. It means if you're right also, go and say sorry. Sensitivity. Such a nice culture. Such a nice mood actually. हमको यही तो बनना है, हमको बहुत humble बनना है ना. So that's what we are praying for. We have to dissolve our falsehood. Atyantik pralay. Then only we can go back to God. So we have to exercise it. We have to practice it. There will be a situation in front of us. And if a situation comes like this, we should welcome that. We should acknowledge, oh yes, Krishna is now intervening. Krishna is giving this opportunity to exercise. Otherwise, कभी ऐसा आएगा नहीं हमारे सामने तो कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा? Right, Prabhuj? So that time, the real test. When we have a provoking situation, we have all the reasons to get angry. We have all the reasons to be disturbed, but still we are not being disturbed. That's the glory. That's the situation we are looking for. So sensitivity. And the 4th is the cooperation. Just one point I will give you. One point is very nice for all of us. This movement of Srila Prabhupada, the movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the result of this point. The Rishi Tattva, they are very sensitive that all Jivatmas are suffering. If I don't distribute this knowledge which I have received, the Ananda which I have got, how they will relish this Ananda. So they are very sensitive to the need of a Jivatma. That's why they are traveling far and wide preaching. So that's the result of this quality. Acharyas, Srila Prabhupada, very sensitive. Otherwise, at the age of 70, living in Vrindavan, such a comfortable position, situation in Prahadabhadra temple, who will leave the place? Who will take so much trouble, inconveniences, going through heart attack and Chal Duta, cargo ship? Who will do that? because he was very sensitive that they need it. I have to distribute this on behalf of Krishna. It's the height of sensitivity. So each and every preacher are very. This is the out of compassion, which is sensitivity. The cooperation. Devotional service performed cooperatively with other devotees. Prabhupada already mentioned. This movement will flourish when we are properly organized and we are cooperating with each other. Cooperation is needed. Very much required. Because ekaki amar nahi paye. Alone, we cannot fight against Maya. We cannot. We need all of them. And if we need them, then we have to cooperate. It's our need. Cooperation is not you are doing some favor for them. It's our need.
Association.
Yes, association, cooperation. Cooperation. Understand this word? Cooperation. So we have to cooperate. And in this cooperation, we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was there in the Gundicha Marjan, he invited all the devotees. All devotees together, and he engaged everyone. So he does not just do service by himself, he also creates services for others. Cooperation, because everybody has to cooperate in this movement of Sri Prabhupada, movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he engaged everyone. So from one hand, we had water, and then they cleaned the Gundicha temple for Lord Jagannath. So this is how we can cooperate. And here you can see the Pandavas, they had a wonderful cooperation in themselves, all the 5 Pandavas. Then Prachetas, we can read one word, very nice word, verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. 4th canto, 30th chapter, verse number 8. Prachetas were in thousands. How many numbers? Thousands. Son of Parchin Barhet. And they were so nicely cooperating with each other. When Krishna appeared, Lord Vishnu, he was not happy with the devotional service. Definitely he was happy, but more than that, he was happy with their cooperation. And he became so happy that he said, ask for benedictions. I want to give some boon to you because I'm so happy, so pleased to see your cooperation. 438. 438. 4308. 4th canto, 30th chapter, verse number 8.
Translation.
Yes.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear sons of the King, I am very much pleased by the friendly relationships among you. All of you are engaged in one occupation, devotional service. I am so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. Now you may ask a benediction of me."
You see, just by seeing their wonderful cooperation, the friendly nature, association, with in thousands actually, God became very pleased. And the entire purport of Prabhupada goes, and this is how we have to cooperate in this mission of Sri Prabhupada. We have common goal to please one personality and through him the Lordship. Every one of us. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu demonstrated, and all the followers of this Gaudiya Vaishnava, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he expects that because it's a very wonderful and very important aspect of this, the cooperation. And then you see the Sas Goswami, how they were cooperating with each other. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he imparted so many wonderful activities to them, and all of them were so united actually in Vrindavan. Sas Goswami, all together, and now we can see they did wonder with their cooperation. And finally, we have to understand the Jiva, we have to cooperate with the plan of Krishna. The cooperation is, we are in the well, fell down in the well. Now Krishna is giving the rope. Please catch hold of it and come out of the well. And we are saying, "Main to nahi pakdunga." So all cooperation is what? Just to catch hold of it. Then Krishna will pull us. It means what the process Krishna has given. So to cooperate with Krishna means what? To follow this process. So this is Jiva cooperation with the Krishna. Krishna has made all the plan. how to rescue Jiva. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, सब दे रहे हैं. Now we have to cooperate. Krishna's plan, I'll just catch hold of the rope. And Krishna will pull us. But we have to cooperate. Right? For our own rescue.
In the Prabhupada Leela with also, when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj had left his body, that time all his devotees and he had told that everyone shall form a group and then cooperate and then start preaching. But everyone started
disintegrating. Yes, I know that. I don't want to end that.
So here we see that.
Because that's the problem. Actually. Because this Kali Yuga is a age of what? Quarrel prophecy. Quarrel prophecy. Ami Jiva Chudra Buddhi Sahaj Asthir. Sahaj Asthir. Very easily agitated. This is a symptom of age of Kali Yuga. So in this circumstances, cooperation is a big. It's not easy. But all of us, we are certain amount of false ego. Everyone have. The moment someone is crashing it, then problem starts. As long as that is safe, nobody is touching it. Very nice. Full cooperation. Right, Rohit? But the moment somebody even just near to touch it, then problem starts. And the entire process will dissolve false ego. We have to cooperate. We have to cooperate for the mission of SHIKSHA. Sometimes you have to deal with the different personalities, the personality disorder. Sometimes it may be there actually, because it's a big communication. One time, one guy in Bombay, it came into news actually long back. So he was drinking some thumbs up or coca, and he was even beats. News में आ गया, Hare Krishna's devotees drinking Coca-Cola. There was a news reporter that came and there was an interview. I was hearing that meeting of devotees. कैसा है आपका मिशन है? देखिए आप लोग बोलते हैं कि आप लोग कुछ नहीं करते, कोई नशा नहीं करते, चाय नहीं पीते, और आपके एक साधु जी है वो कोकोला पी ले रहे हैं. तो ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? तो बोले इसकी प्रॉब्लम हमको समझ में आ गई. तो बोले क्या प्रॉब्लम? बोले प्रॉब्लम ये है कि हमारे यहाँ पे कोई प्री रिक्विजिट नहीं. अगर आज आप भी आना चाहें हमारे मूवमेंट में तो आपका भी स्वागत है. हम किसी का बायोडाटा देखने की कौन किस क्या कर रहा है, कैसे करके आया होगा. ये हॉस्पिटल है सबके लिए. आने के बाद it depends on the individual whether they are focused on their purification. We have such devotees also there. और कुछ लोग हैं किसी और काम के लिए आते हैं, तो हम किसी को रोक नहीं पाते. बहुत सारे लोग, very honest answer. There is no prerequisite check. Anybody and everybody is allowed to come. Welcome to join us. People are coming with different motives. We don't know. But definitely the person who are sincere and who wants the ultimate benefit, they're following the process, they're getting it. It's a big hospital, right? The big hospital, we have seen that. So that's what we have to. The other angle is what? When we enter into this mission, we have to understand that's a big responsibility. People are watching us. छिद्र एक छिद्र भी होगा दिख जाएगा. सबरत के नहीं दोस्त गुस्सा. So people are after us. We have to understand it's such a glorious movement. At least if we cannot add something in the glories of this movement, we should not defame it. Because of us, there should not be any demeaning or defame in this. That should be all responsible. This again the sensitivity. How sensitive we are. Right? And I'll stop here after this. That is very important to follow the authority. This again shows that submissive nature. I'm not doing something whimsical. I'm not doing something independently. I'm under the authority. Chaitra Mahaprabhu always taught this. You see, all the six Goswamis, they were under the authority of each other. They all were given responsibility. Guru Goswami Pad under Sanatapad Goswami. Then Gopal Bhatt Goswami, he was under them. Sanatapad Goswami, Guru Goswami. Then Ji Goswami also entrusted them. Then Raghunath Goswami came, he was entrusted to Shloka Goswami. Everybody was given the authority in Chaitanya Leela. Nobody was there without any authority. That's a very important instruction for all of us. If we are under authority, we are saved. We are saved. It means we are following someone. Anugatya Anushilanam. You see, Bhakti mein hum bolte hain Anugatya Anushilanam. Hare Naam Anukirtan. Even chanting of holy name, we are not doing independently. We do under the authority. Hare Naam Anukirtan. 2:111. Hare Naam Anukirtan. This word comes there. Srimad Bhagavatam. Anukirtan. Anu matlab anugatya mein. You got the verse? Very.
O King, constant chanting of the holy name of the Lord after the waves of the great authorities.
After the
waves
of the great authority, you see. Even the chanting is not independent. Any seva, it should be authorized. Prabhupada was very much after this. So,
Probably like even nectar of instruction also says that following in footsteps of
Previous
previous
acharyas.
acharyas is one of the 6 principles of.
Very nice. So now we cannot go back to the previous acharyas, but we have the representative. And wherever we are, we should follow the authority. We should have someone above us. Someone whom we are following, and we know that that person is in line. An example, when you are in the queue of prasadam, so make sure that you are standing behind a person who is in right line of the prasadam and who is also moving forward. Right? एक तो वो सही लाइन में खड़ा है जहां प्रसाद मिल रहा है. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि एक बार डिवोटी थे यहाँ से गए, पता नहीं उनकी शादी होने वाली. रघुनाथ भट्ट खुशबू. His flight was there, and the night he went there, and next morning he came back. So what happened? क्या प्रभु जी मैं गया और मेरा इंडिया से फोन आ रहा था और मैं उसमें इतना होगा कि मैं दूसरी लाइन में खड़ा हूँ. और जब मैं उस लाइन में वहां पर पहुंचा तो बोली कि आपकी फ्लाइट तो यहाँ पे है नहीं, आपकी फ्लाइट वहां पे है. और वहां पे गया तो फ्लाइट जा चुकी थी. So first thing to confirm that that person behind whom you are standing, it means whom you are following, is the right line, right parampara. And number two, he's moving also.
And actually, the other devotee who was supposed to travel with that Prabhu, he told him, you just keep your foot
Phone down and go to your line. But he was so busy.
Correct line, like that. After the second line, he was laughing now.
He lost money, complete ticket is gone. So following authority is very important. Very important. The person who is in front of us is in the right line and he's moving forward. वो खड़ा नहीं है, आगे बढ़.
Let's not share something. I think even realizing whose authority is a
Very true, very true, very true.
another way of saying the same thing. So भीड़ चाल कर रहे हैं. But to understand क्या सही है क्या गलत है.
Very
authority.
Very true. It's not easy. It's not easy. I totally agree. I totally agree. It's not easy. To discriminate, actually, it's not easy. Yeah, certain level. Sometimes grossly we can identify, but certain level is very difficult. But at least we have some symptoms in Shastra we can see and we can. Right? And if we are.
How we can.
So when we are with the right intention, Krishna helps. When we are pure in our purpose, pure in our consciousness, pure in our intention, and then Krishna helps us. Krishna is our real well-wisher. Yoga Chem Vahame. He protects our consciousness, not to be cheated. Prabhupada says here, we must always follow authority, even though we may have some mental difficulties or differences in doing so. You see? Even though we have to follow authority. We want to give Krishna's culture to the people who are coming and not give material culture to Krishna. Some days ago we had seen that, right? Some GTs, they had put jeans on Krishna. You know that? in Vrindavan. G's mobile phone, हाथ में कृष्ण भगवान के. Huh? Just imagine. The problem is we are trying to bring the sacred festival or sacred deities, sacred way of worship to our degraded, polluted level of consciousness. Everything you see, Holi, Deepavali festival, deities also. We should learn these things. We should follow authority. What authority is saying, we should follow that. How the deities of worship in the ancient temples, we should follow the same. There we can have varieties, not a problem. But principles should not change. Krishna never would change. So Prabhupada says we have to, that's why we have to follow authority. So today we discussed about the steadiness, the selfless aspect, the devotional service, then cooperation and sensitivity. Okay, I'll stop here. Today I have to leave by 8:30. If any questions on this point, yes.
Prabhuji, in the beginning, you had mentioned that if correct desire is not there, then enthusiasm will go.
Very
So,
nice.
what is the correct desire?
Very good question. Correct desire, we have to follow the thought. What desire Mahajan had? Correct desire is that, oh my Lord, you can read one wonderful prayer. 10th canto, 32nd chapter, verse number 20, purport. In the purport, you can see one inverted comma in the purport. Pure devotee praise. 10:30 to 20. Sri Prabhupada writes in the purport, there's an inverted comma you can see, that pure devotee always pray, oh my Lord, please help me to love you purely. Such a beautiful statement. Got it?
Yes.
Can you read that section, please?
That's
Yes, that section only. Yes,
the translation is
you got that purport, that part or not?
After all sincere,
Yes.
after all, a sincere devotee always prays to the Lord. Please help me to love you pure.
This is the right consciousness, right mood, right prayer. Selfless. Please help me to love you purely.
So that should be
You see, Prabhupada, how is that? This is sincere devotee prayer.
So that should be the desire.
Yes, we desire. Our desire should be without any selfish motive, without any adorations, puja, Krishna, nothing. Just I want to love you purely. When we understand that this is the purpose of human form of life, some Satyam Hari Poshtu, to please him, to love him. So let me do that purely, without any adulteration. Mishra Prabhupada कैसे कहते हैं? That our progress in this spiritual life depends on what? Attitude of the followers. Manobritti, तो यही हमारी मनोवृत्ति है. We just want to please Krishna. In order to please Krishna, you also want to please all the devotees, because Krishna will be pleased when you will be pleased. So my attitude should be what? That I should always be having a very loving relationship. I should please them through my mind, my body, and my speech. My activity, karmana, mansa gira. Always my karma, my activity, my speech, and my mind. All should be aligned to please the Vaishnavas and Lord. This is the right desire, right attitude, and we should move forward. Okay? And we should align also. Manasekam, vachasekam, karmanasekam. The Mahatma, the Sadhu, their mind, the thought, the speech, and activity all are same. जो उनके मन में रहता है वही बोलते हैं और वही करते हैं. हम लोग का मन में कुछ और है, बोलते कुछ और है, करते कुछ और. तो वो attitude is that's not right. Now we have to clarify this. We have to come to this level that everything is aligned to please the Vaishnava and Lord. Yes, no, sir.
So we just want to add. So what is very clear. You can get that desire internally and just following what you've been told as should be your actual desire, as your own desire. So that is a difficult one. That comes in purely by understanding, association. And
Merciful
maybe-
Lordship. Merciful Lordship.
Absolutely, Mercy. Go ahead.
Definitely. I totally agree with you. It will not come so quickly actually.
And having the discretionary intelligence. क्या सही है क्या गलत है, understanding because ultimately scripture is the ultimate,
Very true. Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Akarya Vyavasthitam. 16th chapter, verse number 23-24. Bhagavad Gita. It talks about that how we should be guided by the scriptures, as you mentioned. What is right, what is wrong. 16:23-24. Yes, very true. So Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, that should be our GPS. They should always guide us. We should take their shelter. And under their shelter, we should try to perform. And we should try to move forward. We should also try to see gradually that we have minimum independent desire. Independent thought also should be minimized as much as possible. Our desire, our thought is as the Vaishnavas or the spiritual master. There's unification. Same thing. We're just repeating the same thing. That is the right consciousness. That is the spiritual life. Materially, it will not make much sense, but spiritually, it's the right sense. Perfect sense. Yes, Prakash.
Prabhuji, you told about sense. But sometimes when we're coming, Prabhuji,